I'm going to be cooking this food here live in the house. What are you making? Well, I'm making a chicken salad sandwich mix. What I have done is I have already boiled chicken. Make sure this isn't too hot back there. I have already boiled chicken for a good 10 to 15 minutes, and then let it simmer. You know, after boiling it 10 minutes, let it simmer another 10. And I do it in half chicken stock, half water, with about a quarter teaspoon pepper and onion and garlic powder, double that each. And they come out mostly seasoned. Then I have shredded carrot, about 1.5 carrots. You need about a half a cup. Minced, finely minced celery. You need to have about a half a cup. And you need a little bit more on the onion, minced as well. And I probably won't use all the onion or carrot. Probably use less carrot, about that much carrot, and close to all the onion. Probably that much less as well. We need about 1.5 cups of this mayo, and the mayo is for making a mix. And let's see if I have the print out of it. Let's look real quick. That's printing right now. I may as well go print it. If that's the deal, I'm gonna print it right now. See how quick that goes. Come on, 3, 2, 1, print. See if it sends it or not. It's gotta send it for this to work. I mean, in order to know the recipe, I gotta send. Alright, and I mix this mayo, and I think it's 2 tablespoons of this, and 1.5 cups of mayo, so we'll do that now. Half cups of mayo, what are we doing here? Half cups. Quarter cup fits. Nope, doesn't fit. Quarter cup fit. So, boom, into the half cup. Okay. Give or take, 1.5, give or take. We don't use it all necessarily. We want to have enough, so no big deal having a little extra scoop in there. Then we need 2 tablespoons of this, I believe. Let me go double check my recipe. Yeah, the recipe is right here. Shows the dressing is 3/4 cup mayo. We're doubling. We're at 4 chickens. 2 tablespoons lemon juice. And salt and pepper, garlic, onion, pepper. Sorry, salt and pepper, onion, and garlic powder. To taste. It's about 1/8 teaspoon each. Let's see if this gets. It's got a seal. We got an old one. Got an old one from last time, which just was recently. We got the tablespoon right here. One. Two. There's an 1/8 each. Going up to a 1/4. Let's get this mixed in quick so it doesn't be like weird coagulating or anything. Mayonnaise and lemon. That's all we're doing so far. We have minced onion, we have minced celery, and we have we have shredded, if you can see, carrot. And we have, some chicken over here. This chicken is cooked in chicken broth and is cooked in chicken broth and water, half and half, with a seasoning of pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Garlic granules. Powders. That would be good for this one. Just want to smell the flavor profile of the two offerings I have. I have this Winco, and then I have this Happy Belly. Recipe from online. This is just a very, I really want eat both. A little bit more of this one. You know what? I just like this one way more. It's way more appetizing. This granulated garlic. Oh, Amazon find. That's good flavor. As you're cooling down, because they're going to be hot to cut. Onion, same thing. See how I did that? It's like I add like a somewhere around that much more. Do a little bit more on the onion. And the pepper, I'm definitely doing more on the pepper. One ingredient I don't want to forget. I'll chop these up next. These are the sliced almonds, and chop them up a little smaller than last time and get them to go throughout the mix a little further with less. Same idea with this. That looks good. The last thing is salt as well. Salt, pink Himalaya, Mediterranean, Celtic blend. Extra. Larger grains, salt. And now get all that to mix in. See this here. That's ready to go. Some more light in here. It's ready for mixing. And just, it's important to do these in the proper stages. You really can't do this too early. You could actually do this before you start doing all these other steps. And the reason why is because these flavors meld together. This liquid pulls out the flavor in these spices, and these spices break down and integrate into the liquid. And it's not about texture. It's definitely about pulling the flavors out and enriching getting the full flavor in this. This is a big component in your chicken salad. You want that to be, you definitely want that to have the punch, to have the kick. All right, this is chicken salad sandwich. Let's get in a little closer for some chop. Let's get in a little closer for some chop, motherfuckers. Okay, with the chop. Chop chicken. This is the first step of cooling the chicken, is getting these slices. When I get these slices, it can go back here and cool a little more. I don't want to be having hot hands. Same thing with every one of these. I'm going to go through them and do that first. Whew, feel the heat on this one. This one's still hot. If I were to go at it the other direction, I'd be having to hold them in a way that really be hot on your fingers. And it's not that I couldn't do it. So say, I'm trying to make this not, trying to minimize the difficulty in this work, make this an easy job. The grain a little bit changes here. You can see I have a little bit of shred, and that's fine. That's going to be just fine. Let's just see if I can get this. And what I'll do real quick is what I'm looking for here is you can kind of see these lines that are going. It's not the any of the ridges, it's not the bands, it's not, you're looking for the actual lines in the flesh, the muscle fibers, and they go in this kind of direction. So, going the opposite direction. And that gives me a cutting into the fiber, across the fiber. And that just makes, that's actually not for texture, but since I'm cubing it, it's going to be way cubed out. That just makes it easier to keep the shape, the shape of the product as you try to approach getting it cubed. Instead of having it end up being not as close to the shape you want, you get a lot closer to the shape you want. And that's the same pile. I'm looking for the grain, not this line here, and these cracks, not these lines from sitting over there, not this line. I'm looking for the grain, and if you look, you can kind of see the elastic band, the stretchiness of it right here, these little lines going across, and that's actually the grain of the meat, the fibers of the meat go this direction again. So we're going to go against it, and since it's kind of like this, how it fans out, we're going to go as close to we can as parallel, and I'll start as close to this edge as I can. And you know what it looks like for this knife, a little bit of sawing action does help, because look how clean that cut is. We're going to go for, this one's hot, so we're actually just going to, this is going to have some of the smaller pieces come from it because it's so hot. That will help it cool down. So what that means is I'm going to slice this a little bit thinner than I did some of the other pieces, closer to what I have right here than I do on that one. And that last one that I pointed at being a very little one in comparison to the size of these other four. These last two being the biggest, I think, of all. Trying not to slice my finger. You know, right like that. Before the kids come home. Okay. You can see it's going to be the same every time. The breast is the same structure. Nothing new here. This one you can really feel the heat coming off. For some reason it stayed warm. Very hot, I mean. So again, we do kind of thin. This one's very soft, easy to cut. so hot and so tender. More heat than the others. Something like that. Just a guess. And maybe right here. I'm good. There you go. Back to the first one. And cut it the opposite way. So it's going to be like this. Real simple. Go through this way first. See, it's better to chop it straight down. Because not scraping the plastic, just touching it across it barely. I am not a big fan of microplastics, but at the same time, as I'm not going to have wood cutting boards that I replace over and over and over because they get disgusting. And wood can be just as bad for you. Sawdust, splinters, and more. Okay, so this is the size I'm going for. Little pieces like this. Little pieces like that. Make it into the final bowl. So I'm going to pull out the final bowl. There's a final bowl. It's big. My hands still smell like celery, but this is probably going to clean it off. Maybe not. It's a very strong smell. I love the smell of those fresh diced celery fingers. So good. Alright guys, get my face in here. You guys enjoying this video? Pull back a little bit more, you guys can see the action. The man and the action. What he's doing. They're all coming out cubed, even though some of them don't look like it before you throw it in. As thin as I can in this direction because some of these are big, and that will minimize that, creating a more uniform size. guys. I can't see what the screen says until I come around the other side. I'm using the regular old front side camera for this time. Yeah. I'm starting to smell everything. Got my dog here dying for a piece. You want a piece, Girly? What do you think, Girly? Is it good? Girly, what do you think? Oh, come here. Is it good? She loves it. Chicken? Of course she loves chicken. She's deaf, so why am I even talking to her? Coming along. Much better. Seems like this half is a lot sharper than this half right here. That's the main problem. Just stack them then. Juicy, making juicy sounds. Here's a couple. Almost there. And then let's finish this job. All right. Okay, almost sweating. Whew. Everything I got dirty is done. So the final part is fun. The final part is, let me raise you guys up a little bit so you guys can see from a kind of an above the situation view. Okay. There we go. We got the chicken. Got the onions. I might just add all these because it's so much. Yeah, we are. We're just gonna add exactly what we made because that's what we made. That's what we have. Scrape out the. Not, if not, just so I can get my hands. And the carrot. I'm not gonna leave any out. I did say it'd be better if there was less carrot. Sure, I left some carrot out. Let's see. And don't forget it. Almost got rid of this. Cleaned it up. Woo! You almost want it like almond slivers for your gums. That's how I think of it. And I think that's pretty good texture. It's going to be better this time than it was last time. Almond goes in the top. All the almond we got. Use it all. And send the almond to the chop. In fact, create more almond from the chop. All right. That is everything. We mix it together. Mix it together with this. Stirring the chicken in the water spoon. It already smells unbelievable, and it's just raw ingredients still. I mean not raw ingredients because you cook the chicken, but I mean it's just, I haven't even added the sauce yet. It's not even wet yet. Oh my god, it smells very, very delectable. Okay, that's a good mix. Let's see, a little bit of chunks of orange still. That could be what she got, is like a chunk of it, not mixed together all the way, because it tries to stay it together with itself. The carrot does. You want it throughout because it is a moisture factor. Now look, this is what we have now. And that's good. That's plenty of carrot. Don't need more. Now it's the sauce. And I really don't think we're going to use less than what we have here, but I'm going to put a little bit less than what we have in. Go. It's not too wet, so I'm just going to use it all. You know what? Use this to clean that first. Stuff off of the spoon. Get stuff off of the spoon. And clean this side. 100%. The edge. The inside. Inside is definitely got to get the inside of this. Because when you do, you can see your reflection. Can you see your reflection? No, you didn't get all the sauce. There you go. You see your reflection. No, that's not exactly true, but still. You know what I mean by that. Add that little bit of sauce because it's going to soak in. Now this goes in the fridge for an hour and a half to 2.5 hours to just blend together. All the flavors, all the stuff just blends together. So scrape it down with the edges, down, and then I'll cover it. Some foil, Let it sit in the fridge. There you go. That's it. That is how you do it. That is the proper way. Get some foil on this thing. In the fridge, and it's eaten between two onion buns, and that's the key, bro. All right, it should be home soon. Catch you later.